What's going on, guys? My name is Doug. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be listening to Ed Sheeran's No.6 collaborations project. Now, I see this as a completely different project from his other series of albums, which is, Multiply, Add, Divide, and eventually I'm sure we'll get Subtract, but this is just another project apart from all of those. It comes after number 5 collaborations project. Basically, it's like a giant album where almost every single track is chock full of features, and so like the title says, it's a collaborative project. So I honestly, I'm not gonna have my hopes extremely high for this because I personally am a huge fan of Ed Sheeran's early work, and lately with Divide and now with this, I feel like he has taken a turn towards the more mainstream pop sound, and I honestly just don't really enjoy that sound from him as much as the original, acoustic, really warm vibes that he used to bring. So, I'm just gonna have an open mind for this. I'm not gonna expect it to be too great. I'm not gonna set the bar extremely high for this. I'm just gonna accept whatever he gives us. And honestly, I'm hoping that some of these features are dope, We have a track with Eminem and 50 Cent on here. Like, what is this, 2005? With that being said, let's just jump right into it. The first track is Beautiful People featuring Khalid. Let's get it.
On a Saturday night in the summer, sundown and they all come out, 'cause we are just ourselves. I could use some help. Beautiful people, top designer clothes. I see stars in your eyes when I play this.
I'm gonna be honest, this track is just kind of boring to me. It seems really superficial, and like Ed Sheeran and Khalid have a formula for making popular pop songs, and that's what they stuck to. It sounds kind of generic. I get what they're saying. The beautiful people in LA live these lives that are just full of champagne, rolled up notes, prenups, broken homes, and just really rich, and they're beautiful people, but their lives aren't fulfilling, and that they're not those types of people, even though they are surrounded by those types of people. Cool, I guess. But, it's just kind of generic and cheesy to me, I guess. Like I said, Ed Sheeran's style used to be really appealing to me. He used to be really creative and write these really beautiful songs, but recently he's taken more of a mainstream pop vibe, and I just feel like he's better than that. But I mean, I don't want to judge this project already off the first track. So the second track is South of the Border.
Long hair, no wedding ring, hey. I saw you looking from across the bed, but I'm in. Push up on me and sweat, darling, so I'm gonna put that green eyes, giving me signs that he really wants to know my name. From down the green eyes, taking your time, and I will never be the same. Legs up and tongue out, Michael Jordan, go explore it.
No, don't do Michael Jordan like that. What? Legs open, tongue out, Michael Jordan? Come on. Alright, so with this track, it feels kind of like he's following a formula still. It kind of feels like it's still a generic pop song. It doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel different. It sounds very much like... it sounds like this could have been on Divide. It sounds like the same as a bunch of his other tracks. Kind of feels like, hey, if we add artists that speak Spanish onto a track, it's got to be successful, because there's a whole bunch of popular songs now that have Spanish in them, I mean, Cardi B's verse was like a throwaway. Camila's verse was like, okay. Ed Sheeran's verse sounds like an Ed Sheeran verse, it sounds like, again, something that could have been on any one of his last 2 projects. Things that I will highlight. The guitar playing on this is really dope. It's really good. The mix on this is extremely clean. It sounds great. I really like the flutes in the production. I think that all the instrumental elements sound really well done. They sound like they were executed very well, and they were mixed very well together into the track. So all of that is positives to this track, but it's not a great song by any means.
Anything she needs, she can call me. Don't worry about it, that's my seed, that's all me. Just know me like you got kung fu. That's their crust, I'm running in my blood like a faucet.
P&B Rock kind of sounds annoying on this track. Chance the Rapper's verse is really cheesy, and this track feels like it's too long. I'm liking these strings.
Yo,
I do from chat shit, then a 12 trip, yes, how it fits in my hand. I don't mix with the glitz and the glam.
Yo, those strings are hard.
To my guy, give me a packet of Chris in my pint. I hit my friends up, go straight to the pub, cause I have a jet plane headed up to the sky. Spread wings and living off my clothes.
Blowing up my phone and said,
That's just the way things go.
it's just the way things go.
You know, I like the beat on this one. This one's really pretty dope, actually. I think that the winning formula for this track probably would have been Ed Sheeran sings the hook and Stormzy does 2 verses. No verses from Ed, and I think that would have made this a better track, you know, and they stay in their respective lanes, I guess, because Ed Sheeran's verse wasn't really a rap verse, he was basically singing it. And I just feel like that would have been a little better. Next track is Best Part of Me.
Falling out of all the wrong places. I am a little, but she loves me. Why the hell?
I mean, it sounds weird, but this is what's appealing to me about Ed Sheeran. This is what I like. Honest, sincere, laid-back music, man.
And I never catch the train on time, always 30 minutes behind.
This is definitely what I enjoy hearing from Ed Sheeran. The folk music, you know, the acoustic guitar, the very soft pianos, the very minimal percussion in the background, just almost not even able to hear the beat. It's really, really dope, man. I've really enjoyed this song. This kind of is a throwback to the music that he used to make that I kind of fell in love with. You know, it's warm and it's inviting and it's great. This is my favorite track so far. It even feels like he is more himself when he is performing on tracks like these, you know? It feels less forced. It feels like, not like it's easier for him to write, but it feels more natural for him to be making songs like these, you know? It feels like this is what he likes making. I could be off base there, but that's just what it feels like to me when I listen. Next track is I Don't Care.
And I don't ever wear a suit and tie. Wondering if I can sneak out the back. No care. I always feel like I'm nobody. Speechless, I'd rather kiss them right back. But all these people all around, crippled wings. Oh yeah, yeah. When we walked in, I said I'm sorry. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, man. Back to the pandering and the generic pop songs. I mean, you know what? It's just not really for me. I don't like the whole generic pop style, but it's radio friendly. It's going to get a whole lot of plays. You know, it's going to be a hit for sure among the people who really enjoy this pop sound, this summer vibe, you know, and probably among the younger teenage girl audience. You know, having Justin Bieber on the track is a huge boost there too, but I'm not saying it's a bad song, and I'm not saying it's not going to do numbers. I'm saying that for me it sounds generic, and for me it feels like Ed Sheeran is pandering to that audience, you know, to that mainstream audience.
Friday night and I'm riding solo. When I touch down, do it on the low.
This beat is dope, bro.
Down, give me some space, you don't. Don't touch me, I can't go fly, yeah. On something. Way too close, you might catch feels when I zone. As I wake up on my vision and the way we come in.
You know, this is a really catchy track. I really enjoy the beat. I think that the Travis Scott feature was great, and I think that Ed Sheeran sounded pretty good on this beat. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I like the fact that he had a verse on here, even though it was a little short. You know, I think that the hook though is definitely the part that people are gonna come back to because of the catchiness to that hook. You know, but this track's got a really fun energy. It's got a really cool vibe to it. You know, and I haven't seen the music video. People are saying it's pretty funny though. I should watch that later. But you know, I like hearing the fact that since he got Travis Scott on a track, he got a beat that kind of sounds catered more to Travis Scott and his sound. It would be really weird to hear Travis Scott on an Ed Sheeran sounding track. Although I'm not opposed to it, you know. But yeah, I feel like, you know, this isn't a great song to me. This isn't like, oh my god, this track is amazing. I can't wait to come back to it and listen to it again. But it's also one of the better songs. You know, it's one of the songs that I'm more pleased with so far that we've heard.
Never was a sick kid, always dismissed quick. Stick to singing, stop rapping like it's, but people call it gifted. My face is going numb from the shit the stuff is mixed with. Watch out the lyrics in the song. I'm calling it a day. I wanna crack on and TRL. I climbed the Billboard chart to the top until the state would have it. Yeah, I'd pop a pill, but they said time to
Pop a pill.
if I prevail. Spitting scenes of different spitting schemes, which really means no ifs, ands, or buts, or squeezing in between. You sleep on me.
Nobody cold as me. I dress so fresh, so clean. Everything, my voice on the shit not on it. Balenciaga saga, I'm a bird dog baller. It's just another.
You know, this kind of feels like the Eminem pop tracks from a few years ago. The melodies that go on in the beat are those really strange, annoying melodies that get stuck in your head all day. You know, that's what I classify them as. Kind of like the My Name Is beat, you know? That really like annoying but still really catchy style. That's kind of what this is reminding me of. Eminem's verse, man, again, it's an Eminem pop track, so it's nothing too crazy. You know, his flow is impressive as always. I mean, he's putting words in that rhyme with other words in places where no one would ever really think to put them. It was cool to hear 50 Cent on a song again. That's really it, you know, that like when I saw Eminem and 50 Cent on the features, I thought, man, I really want to hear what that sounds like. And now that I know, I don't really feel a need to come back to this. You know, that's more what I'm trying to say. It was cool, it was a little nostalgia trip, but that's really it. You know, I got my fix. Next track is Feels.
Something real. Ooh, I got the feels, yeah. Babe. No head, no neck. That pressure crowd, that landing cloud, baby.
Wasn't here cause when we met, I told her I'd play for Lakers. One day we get married in Las.
Put it all on me.
Having my woman never good for my soul. I try to be strong, but I got demons away. The shit that I go through every day. You put it all on me.
Baby, I try to be strong, but I got demons. So can I lean on you? I need a
Nothing on you.
Feel it? Can you feel it tonight? I feel the fire between you and I. Make plans for nothing but me and a little romance. You ain't got nothing on you. You ain't got nothing on you.
Spanish equals hit song. Yeah, man, there are zero risks being taken on this project, for sure. He has that formula that equates to a radio-friendly hit song that will do numbers and go pretty high on the Billboard charts. And, you know, he's sticking to it, and it all sounds very repetitive, and, like, every single track is the same, almost. Every single track makes you feel the same way, every single track makes you vibe the same way. And that gets kind of boring, you know, when you listen to a project like this. I mean, I know that in the beginning of this video I said I wasn't expecting too much from this, but I was expecting more, you know? I wasn't expecting to listen to the same thing 15 times. Next track is I Don't Want Your Money.
Today I made it home to make my baby smile. She hates it when I am over 1,000 miles. For the good times and the bad times. Yeah, they're pulling out my hair, getting my time, not just the will. You know I just want your time. Trying to make a success out of myself, I guess. I could be more pressed. I'm busy.
Yo, 1985 has production credits on this. That's dope.
I'm popping.
why you gotta mess with my mind?
You know you're my baby.
Honestly, the best part about this track is her, and then the horns, and the fact that 1985 from Division has production credits on here. I thought that was really dope. You know, that was okay. That was cool. Next track is 1,000 Nights.
Putting out 50,000 lights. I'm the type of shit we used to dream of. Bad bitch, look like Mona Lisa. Flipping off a yacht, it don't make no sense. Still remember the times I couldn't pay my rent. Now I walk in the study and tell them put number. On to the next town, but now it's to the next continent. And I don't think it's gonna be stopping anytime soon. Just like the Beatles. From my head to her toe, she knows she needs flee, oh yeah. Every day I be seeing her in Selena.
I mean, the beat's the best part of this song. It's not doing much for me. Way to Break My Heart, featuring Skrillex. I mean, who else could you get on this project?
In the light, we cool time last night, and I can't stop in love. Why am I alone? Did I? How can I see through the dark? All I can do is one.
disappointed is not that he is making bad music. There have been 0 bad songs on this project. No bad songs. Everything has sounded clean, all the mixes have been great, all the beats have been really cool. You know, I mean, the features are nice to listen to. The lyrics aren't extremely cheesy. You know, they're not amazing, but they're not terrible. I mean, there's nothing inherently bad about this project, but everything just sounds the same. Everything sounds like it's stuck to a formula. Everything sounds like generic, you know? It's so underwhelming. It's not bad. It's just very, very underwhelming. I already had to lower the bar for my expectations for this project going into it, and it's still underwhelming. It's just disappointing. It's nowhere near as good as this could have been. The best track was Best Part of Me, I believe. The last track is Blow.
Jumping like a gun. I feel like a winner. Super like a freak. Tell me what to do. Body, you want one night time never seen. With cream and everything.
I mean, it's interesting to hear this rock song at the end, you know, and featuring Bruno Mars and Chris Stapleton. It's a different sounding song from the rest. I'll give it that. You know, it's cool to hear that departure, but it comes so late in the project that I'm already so disappointed in the rest that I wasn't even able to truly enjoy it. You know, it's refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air. It's a fun track. It's energetic. It's going to be great at concerts. It's probably one of the better songs off of this because it's a little bit more of a risk. You know, Ed Sheeran doesn't really make this type of music, so for him to be making this type of music is dope because he did really well on it, you know, and it's not something that he normally does. So it was different and it was refreshing and it was cool to see. But it comes so late in the project that I'm just so disappointed in the rest that this is how I'm reacting to it, you know. Let's talk about this project, man. Yeah, so I'm really disappointed, man. Every single song really felt the same. It didn't sound exactly the same, obviously. It's not literally all the songs using the same beat or anything like that, but every song had the same reaction from me because they all felt the same to me. They didn't sound exactly the same. They feel the same. They're all very generic. The best song is Best Part of Me. That is the one that Ed Sheeran felt the most natural on. It's the one that was the most appealing to me in terms of what I expect when I hear from Ed Sheeran. It felt really great to listen to that one. The last track, Blow, was also an interesting departure from what we normally get from Ed Sheeran, and that was interesting, but the rest, you know, it's just okay. It's not, like I said, none of the songs are bad. Everything was executed very well, but none of it is impressive to me, you know, and I really wanted to be impressed, especially on a project with so many great artists. But no, he felt like everything should have just been radio friendly and generic, and it's going to do numbers because it is radio friendly and they're going to get plays on the radio stations. But is it really a really good project? No, it's average, you know, it's lukewarm. I would rather this just have been trash. I would much rather sit here and bash this project completely. That would have been at least more interesting for me to have something negative to say about it. But there's nothing bad inherently about the project. There's also nothing great about it. It's just, it's okay, you know? It is what it is. Thank you all for watching the video though, and if you are enjoying the content that I'm making on this channel or the work that I'm doing on the channel, consider supporting the channel on Patreon, or you can also follow me on my social media. That would be a really dope thing for you to do. I would really appreciate it. I love all you guys, and all the support that you show for the channel has been really dope. So I will see you all in another video very soon. Until then guys, stay safe. Peace out.